Have you ever wondered how a peaceful country town like Tamworth, New South Wales, could harbor a dark underbelly of serious crime and corruption? A place, much like the rest of Australia, where those entrusted with our safety and efficient management of public resources are the very ones engaging in illicit activities. Today, we take you into the paradoxical reality of Tamworth, unraveling its grim secrets that ripple across Australia. Picture this: Tamworth, a town surrounded by vast open fields, its community united by small-town charm. But lurking behind this serene facade lies a network of corruption, all the way to the top. Imagine Mayor Colin Murray traveling to China in August 2017 under the guise of fostering economic growth. What was he really doing? Engaging in criminal activities, including intentional interference, anti-competitive trade practices, and breaches of contract that harmed businesses intended to benefit Tamworth's economy. These acts weren't mere mistakes. They were calculated moves in an elaborate web of corruption. But Mayor Murray wasn't alone. Paul Bennett, General Manager of Tamworth Regional Council, sent correspondence to business partners and investors with the aim to cancel legitimate property sales. These contracts, awarded in good faith, were tossed aside for reasons shrouded in secrecy. Instead of delivering a promised $3 million development, complete with national baseball, swimming, and other sports facilities, they gave away the asset for free. That's right, for free. When questioned, the council simply deflected, but the damaging effects on the community remain glaringly obvious. Today, Colin Murray thrives in a well-paying role as Chairman of Infrastructure Australia, a position only achieved through connections to corrupt figures like Barnaby Joyce and Kevin Anderson. These power players didn't stop at infrastructure. Fraud tied to water licenses, misinformation, and laundering, totaling $210 million, unravels a larger scheme. Banks, international entities, and government officials were used to funnel proceeds of crime globally. This isn't just a minor scandal, it's an international disgrace. Does this level of crime sound isolated? Not in the slightest. The crimes plundering Tamworth's economic potential have undermined national safety. By abandoning proposed water storage capacity, along with renewable electricity generation of 500 megawatts, from the Dungowan Dam, government officials have not only wasted opportunities, but actively sabotaged future sustainability. The excuses, flimsy at best. The outcomes, a community deprived of potential prosperity and national resources squandered. It's worth considering a broader question. If regional towns suffer this kind of corruption, how extensive is the rot across Australia? Now, meet the businessman, a globally respected visionary and entrepreneur who brought hope to Tamworth. Entrusted by the council, he was asked to create employment opportunities and future-proof the local economy. Working tirelessly, he poured his resources into revitalizing the town, purchasing neglected assets, forming international partnerships, and committing billions of dollars toward development projects. However, what should have been a story of triumph became anything but. This businessman didn't just face opposition from shady local characters. He was sabotaged by the very people meant to support him. Council members orchestrated schemes to exclude him from projects he meticulously prepared. Violence began to emerge. His employees were coerced by local authorities, subjected to corruption, and even participated in drug trafficking with police officers. Defamation campaigns destroyed his reputation, while projects worth billions disappeared into thin air. Can you imagine the betrayal? A man dedicated to improving countless lives was left fighting against the town's own institutions, a council with a vested interest in suppressing anyone exposing their criminal acts. His rights, his investments, and, as you'll hear, his safety were obliterated by those profiting from underhanded deals. This isn't the plot of a crime thriller. This is Tamworth's reality. Violent crimes, property theft, staged arrests, with police acting unlawfully. Terror extended into a once thriving local hotel where staged events sent innocent businessmen up for financial ruin. The criminals? They weren't gangsters lurking in shadows. They were police officers, public administrators, and council members. Their actions were deliberate and focused, leading to skyrocketing fines, legal expenses, and terror for anyone questioning their power. The domino effect of such corruption has national ramifications. Public services fail to meet basic community needs. Education, health services, mental health resources, and sustainable infrastructure all falter as funds are embezzled or misused. Whom can we trust when the very institutions built to serve us are the agents of harm? Yet the scale of corruption doesn't end here. We're talking about international crimes, acts that fund drug trafficking, buy influence, and bribe officials in foreign nations. Money laundered through Australian coffers flows into accounts across Saudi Arabia, China, and the Philippines. Meanwhile, local communities crumble under poverty and crime, stretched thin by skyrocketing costs of living and bereft of hope for an honest government. The evidence is irrefutable. Investigations confirm the same outcomes time and again. Australia's public service has become a rogue organized crime enterprise, and worse still, it's state-sanctioned. Drug trafficking, forced prostitution, human trafficking. These are not anomalies but systematized crimes executed by parts of our very government. Local corruption fuels national unrest. This vicious cycle leaves families destroyed, businesses collapsing, and politics in constant peril. It's not just a flaw in public institutions. It's a disintegration of justice itself. The damage seeps into the judiciary, with magistrates complicit in issuing rulings that protect colleagues within government circles. Where does accountability exist when everyone supposed to administer justice is in on the scheme? Some might ask whether it's too late to fight back. Fortunately, the answer is a resounding no. Brave individuals whistleblowing injustices refuse to give in. Civic leaders and journalists, determined to hold these public figures accountable, continue working tirelessly. Public outcry grows louder, fueled by knowledge and undeniable evidence. For every cover-up, more facts emerge. And with your views, thoughts, and involvement, lasting changes are possible. So what can you do? Educate yourself. Share the untold stories. Shine a light on corrupt practices. Demand transparency from your leaders. Contact representatives and urge them to investigate these matters on a national level. Accountability begins with awareness. Let Tamworth's story serve as a call to action. The challenges may seem insurmountable, but where there is unity and resilience, there is hope. Together we can create an Australia that truly stands for integrity, prosperity, and fairness. Because while corruption may linger in the shadows, the power of people is unstoppable in the light of truth. Tamworth's underbelly has been exposed. Now it's your move. It's your